Thank you very much. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got some space here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
He'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll look to throw, and it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Butker able to put this one through. The first update from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3". Here's the backup running back, Carlos Williams. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Again, it's Williams. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
3rd down now following the run. You saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 38. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk has been all week within their locker room. And it's really, let's rely on ourselves because they could get help and still get to the playoffs. But who wants that? Go out, win the game, take care of things yourself, and then you don't have anything else to worry about.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 14 carries, 58 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
On second down, Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 3 yards left to grab here on third down. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. They run it again with Williams. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
To the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field.
And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Sacramento football here to begin the second. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They They give it to Williams, running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Green 39! Green 39!
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
They'll run it now out of the gun. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
And allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is indeed good. Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points. But they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Finds Jake Butt over the middle, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Back to throw. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Around the NFL, they're in the 2nd in Philly. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more after this. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have the highlights of this first half, but he won't have touchdowns because we haven't had any to this point.
But there's still time, though, partner.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And his throw is incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This is brought in by Hardy. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hardy. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the throwing football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hardy. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now, the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw here's incomplete. The Ravens on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time, do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They find some open field here and avoids the contact by sliding. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Patrick. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Condors and the Ravens are not doing much on the ground, and it's easy to see why that would play into this low-scoring game. We'll have to see if either team gets it going on the ground in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Down first and 10, Robinson's able to zero in on the QB here. This ends up as a loss of 9. Final seconds of the half. Reisner's able to get open here, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to their own 47-yard line. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios for the call of the second half. Let's get back out to Sacramento, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Play clock winding down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's right. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd down following the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably...
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Vernon Butler, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job 1. A touchdown certainly would have been nice, but here you get back on even terms, and now you get the rest of the 2nd half to try and get yourselves in front.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll hand it off now. Williams trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Going to throw right side here. Complete. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They try the left side here with Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Back to throw here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And a give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, third quarter down in Arizona.
Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We are back now in Sacramento. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And some room to work. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Here's Torgerson to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Three yards remaining here on 2nd down.
Here we go. 3-19.
Torgerson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
First and goal here from the 2.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
To throw is Torgerson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Now Torgerson. Hard throw, incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And the kick by Butker is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch right down the pipe, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
And he didn't leave much doubt there, did he? Good snap, good hold, and that one was dead center.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That
Thank
means
you.
2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone's talking about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
To throw here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Spencer Lanning now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. No problem for the Steelers. They have opened that lead up a bit further. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got room. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Torgerson. And he whips that one incomplete there. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go.
Throwing here, Torgerson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down. And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game.
Let's go. Green 39.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tie game here. Time starting to run down. The defense really needs to try and keep this game tied. See if they can get the ball back for the offense. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. So certainly not what they were hoping for, especially on the road. Their starter forced to the locker room. And it's A.J. McCarron that's summoned from the bench to replace him. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go. Green 19. Green 19.
Williams. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Williams fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd.
Here we go. Green 39.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And, Charles, you talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. That wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was a long-distance kick.
Brandon, it shows you the faith that this coaching staff has in their kicker. You're right. If this goes wrong, you're going to give up the ball near midfield. But that was an absolute rainmaker, and it's going to give them a late lead.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now back out comes the offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And they'll bring it down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. This offense on 3rd down today, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now.
He's back to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reeves. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Ravens, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.